Welcome back from the break. We're still with Mrs. Mary Kabito. With 4 children that have intellectual, physical and mental disabilities, Mary and her husband realized there was much more work at home than her workplace. Mary, who is a primary school teacher just like her husband, decided to quit work to take care of her children. Madam, we were talking about these children and your life and your family. You see, I'm looking at, because this is your home, this is your matrimonial home.
Yes.
At the same time, it's a school where these children get an education and a hope for tomorrow. At the same time, it's their home. So I want to know, how did you convince your husband? Well, you had children who had the same disability, but I mean, it's a home. It's supposed to have a certain order. So how did you convince your husband that we should bring in more children and they should live here and take care of them, you know?
Yeah, thank you, Justine. I was teaching in an ordinary school, and at first I was going with these children to that school. But as they grew bigger, it became hard for me to go with them to the school. So I was leaving them here, and they go and teach other children, which to me, I saw it was unfair, leaving my children uneducated, and they go and teach other children. So it was in around 1993 when I started getting that feeling. So I started talking to my husband, please, because by then I was a grade 2 teacher. And to acquire a diploma in special needs, I had to attain a grade 3 teacher certificate. So I started convincing him, please, you are seeing our children, they are rotten here, while we are teaching other children of other parents. Don't you think it is good for me to go for further education so that I can learn how to help these children? It was not easy to convince him, and I think like 5 years were spoiled while we are still struggling.
What seemed like a misfortune in Mary's life was going to change lives for many children with multiple disabilities. Mary decided to study a course specialized in taking care of children with multiple disabilities. This was the beginning of an unbelievable turning point in her life. What was hard about convincing him?
For him, he was saying that he could not manage these children without me, because I had to go for some months to the institution, leaving the children with him. So for him, he was thinking that it was not easy for him to look after these children without me. But eventually, I convinced him, and I went to Misamv Primary Teachers College in 1998. In 2000, I completed it. I had to do my probation years. After those 2 years, in 2003, I went to Chambogo. God is good. With the support of Uganda Society for Disabled Children, I went with all my 4 children at Katalima Pleasure Home, where I was commuting from to go to Chambogo University. And when they were discharged from there, I stayed with them at Kileka Home for disabled children. So immediately I completed. It was July 2005. I started the school with the 6 children from that room. Yeah.
It was an emotional moment for Mary as she resigned her job, and also for her husband, who now had to provide for the family all alone, yet not being sure of what the future held. This poor couple, who were both primary school teachers, decided to put family before work and money. Surprisingly, to this point, Mary's husband was fully supportive. What a man! Your husband in every way is a very remarkable man and unusually remarkable. Because first of all, you told me that this did not affect your relationship that much, and you know, he let you go chase a future for not only your children, but other children who go through the same kind of disabilities and painful circumstances. Kati abana bano, they have siblings who are normal. So abana baina connection, bali abalala batayina disabilities. Do they identify with their siblings? Do they pamper them? Do they love them? Like, these are my brothers, these are my sisters. Do they?
Of course. Kino yentanda jensibirira bazadde bannange. gw'omuzadde olina okuba ekyokulabirako. Kati nze kyendaga abaana bange nabo bateekwa okitwala. Baagala nnyo baganda baabwe. Right now, omukulu yamala university. Second born, by the way, yalina multiple disability. Kakati abakulu abalala ababiri abamuddako bali mu Uganda Matters University. Naye omu yalibadde yamala dde okusoma. Naye olw'okubanga yatuulanga olw'abanne, ensonga lwaki yes. Bagamba ekyo kidda mu kibuuzo kyo nti bafuddeyo nnyo, bafaayo nnyo. Era ntera okutambula naye bwe mba nnyina olugendo mbayita ne bavaayo ne bajja basigala nabo.
When did you start receiving other children?
In July 2005. And I started from that small room with 6 children, 4 mine and 2 outsiders. Yes,
have you had any situation where people randomly drop children here?
Only one, but he was not dropped here. He was left in a hospital, Villa Maria Hospital. So he was picked and taken to the probation officer who called him and requested me to take care of that child.
Why did he call you?
He knew that I was taking care of such children and she had failed to identify a proper place which could take care of that boy. This is baby Michael Kintu, who was abandoned in Villa Maria Hospital. We got him when he was like 3 years and we've been with him for 2 years. By the time we got him, he was very thin. He was very crippled. He couldn't even fit. But with the help of this CP chair and exercises, he can now feed himself and he can sit independently, at least for like 20 minutes, as you can see. Hello, baby Michael. Here he is.
How do you manage to live with these children and mother them, because they're not few? How many do you have?
Right now we have 30 in the boarding section. Others are day scholars.
Yes, so how do you manage to live with them on a daily basis and understand each of them?
In fact, I have a heart. I imagine that if I was the one in that condition, what would I love to be treated? So that forces me to love and take care of them in the best way. With the other helpers, by the way. I have the matron, I have the teachers, and the cook.
Okubeera n'abaana bano n'okubeera n'essomero lino n'obeera n'abaana bano mu bungi, sacrifice ki gy'okoze okuba nga osobola okubeerawo n'obeera nabo?
Akati maama kyempadde obulamu bwange bwonna kankitwale bwe ntyo nabuwaayo ku lw'abaana bano kubanga ng'oggyeko nti kiro kye kinsalako nze siba na ssaawa ya kuwummula ate buli kintu kyonna kye mba nkola kiba kiddamu kidda mu baana. Ngenze mu workshop bampadde transport nfisizaako 2000 ziddamu zidda mu baana. Singa kusumululira ku mutwe guno n'olaba ekiriko nyina muwala wange ngamba nnyo mami tugende mu saluuni naye nnoonya n'akadde akatula mu saluuni sikola ki sikalaba ne ngamba kanjira nsibako ekitambaala nsooke nkole ki mbeere n'abaana bano nga bwe nkugambye ebyamasanyu nze eba nsonga nkulu nnyo nzija wano nga ngenze mu Luxuries naye mbeera mu baana bwe mba siri wano bwe siba mu nnimiro mba mu bisolo byange bwe siba mu bisolo mba mu exercises ne bwe mba ntudde bwe nti ngalo bwe tutudde tikiŋŋaana kuzannyisa ngalo ya mwana ono era yentanda gye nsibirira bazadde bannange every time is time for exercises buli lwozanyisa ekitundu ky'omwana olina omuyamba okugaininga strength ngenze mu misomo era byonna bikola ki bidda ku mbeera z'abaana twabayo ettaka lyaffe ery'engulu emmere yonna gye tulima ffe situkyalya bulungi kubanga okuliisa abaana 30 plus tujjagamba nti ojja kugula engege oteekemu ekikopo kimu ekya supu tujja kuteekamu ebikopo 3 nabo bakole ki tuliira wamu bwe tugula omugati buli kantu konna akalungi n'akabi we share it because they are staying with us 24 hours. Yeah. By the way, n'abaana baffe abali mu university oluusi batuuka ku last hour nga tuition yakyabuze naye bakubeera ki bakubeera baana bano.
So what should parents know about these children, a child such as these?
Yeah. First of all, when a mother gives birth to such a child, even me, I thought that my children were bewitched. And that's what happens to each and every mother. And we take long to accept that nothing can be done to rectify the situation. So, but after being counseled, after attending numerous trainings, I had to accept. So, I call upon my fellow parents. Immediately they sense that a child might be having any abnormality, let me say, she should hurry to the nearest medical facility for assessment. And then follow the advice being given. Yeah, because disability is not a disease that can be treated in 1 or 2 days, but it takes long. Someone has to be committed, has to be loving, has to be hardworking.
When we come back on Life Stories, we'll take a look at how Mary takes care of these children.
Even here in between the legs,